Okay. So in that picture, you see that the old man, keeping his hand tied backwards, he is teaching. Okay. But what you will do, that means what I will do, you will try to do that. Okay. Keep your hands in your cheeks. Pronounce it. Keep your hands in your cheeks, because Avirupa does. Okay. What I will do, you will do that things, not you will be pronouncing that sentence. Okay? Touch your nose. Everyone, please. Touch your nose. Touch your head. Take your pen. Wave your pen. Say hi. Hi. I didn't say that, you will say.
Say hi.
And say bye bye. Put your pen on your exercise book. Put your pen on your. Okay, get your underscript ready to write something. Again, touch your nose, touch your head, look at your friend, and laugh. And this interesting thing was absent for our dear man. Okay, so this thing is doing by this old professor, and his name is James Archer. He thought that language learning, how does it happen? And James Archer found that actually what does a child do in his or her 2 or 3 years of age? Naturally, we say to our baby that come here. Okay? Then the baby comes close to the person. Then the baby was asked, go there. Then the baby goes to the person. Okay, get me a glass of water. Then the baby tried to give a glass of water. Okay. And also some kinds of activities and commands are done by the parents, and that commands are executed by the kids. James Archer. Same thing over here, that is touch your nose. Everybody is standing up and in front of the teacher, and everyone is touching their nose. Okay. And again, we see another activities. Okay. The ma'am putting her hands on his waist, making a wave, and everybody who had been doing the same activities. Okay. So the teacher is giving some command, and that commands are executed by the physical action. Okay. Same thing over here. You see. That is, everybody put your hand on your eyes, and they are doing like that. Okay, these are the activities. That means put your hand on your head. Then everybody put, and then sit down. They sit down. I didn't say that come here. I didn't say go there. Okay. Come here, go there. Take a bottle of water out of your bag. Okay. Take that bag a little bit. Move. Okay. Would you please move a little bit? Move. Okay. Don't come over here. Okay. So would you please move a little bit? Okay. And in such a way that you will be doing the action. What is the importance of these activities? And these activities actually is a process. What's the process? That is, again, we see some kinds of activities, and through these activities, we have seen that person, that is James Asher. He said that whenever a child will be following the command of somebody else or someone else, either it may be his parents, either it may be his elder or younger brother, okay? The commands are executed and they don't pronounce the sentence. Especially children follow the command. And after following the command, next time they will be doing the same thing. That means they will be commanding someone else. The language which were used in case of that command, same language will be learned by the learner. Okay. And here, such kind of activities is called, that is, language learning through physical action. And that term is called total physical response. That means you will hear something, you will hear some command, and that command will be executed by your physical movement, and through which you will be learning the language. And that language and that type of method of teaching language is called total physical response. And here, how does it work? That thing is answered by James Asher. He is a professor of psychology at St. John's State University, and this method is the combination of psychology and social cognition, and also the physiological explanation. That means the human brain. We have seen a picture before here, that is, we see the hemisphere of the human brain. So how does it work? Whenever a child will be following someone's command, that will be come to the right hemisphere of our brain, and we will be executing the command. And through the command, next time when the child will be following the command, yeah, come here, then he comes there, then go there, then the children follow that command. In such a way, these commands are received by the right hemisphere of the brain, according to James Asher. And after following that command once upon a time, next time that command goes up to the left hemisphere of our brain and produce the same command. What are the command? Go there, come here, touch your nose, take your pen, touch your head, sit down, sit on the table, brush your table, clean the blackboard, okay, wipe the blackboard, clean your table in front of you. Okay. So the thing, first what you will do, that just you will be following the command, and we will be doing that things with your physical movement or physical activities. Okay. So what did I say? That the common sentence, that is, touch your head, okay, touch your nose, touch your friend's back, okay, throw some flowers to your friends, okay, look at your friends, okay, say hi to your friends. Okay. So these activities and this command will be followed by the physical action of the language learner, and that will be processed and accepted by the right hemisphere of our brain, and next time that languages you will be producing and you will be learning language, and that action will move from the right hemisphere of our brain to the left hemisphere of the brain, and you will be seeing commanding the same. Okay? Just like that. Again, what did I say? Same action you can follow. Okay? That means one group can do the thing, command, and other group will be other group will be following the command. Okay, just do according to the command. That means like touch your head, clean your boat, everything. And that way of language learning is called total physical response. What is the linkage of this total physical response? That means we receive our command from the from our right hemisphere, and if we do that command by our physical action, okay, so there will be no stress, and after following the command, that language will be preserved in your right hemisphere and passes to the left hemisphere, and that language will produce, and that is called total physical response. There in audiolingual method you will be listening.
And I follow these activities and
yeah,
activities done by me.
Yeah.
And in the theory perspective, this TPR, physical response,
yeah,
done by physical activity.
Yeah. In audio, in audiolingualism, you will hear the sound. Okay. But here you have to hear the command and you have to execute it with your physical movement or physical action. What you will do, that you are commanded. Because you are asked to do something, so you have to do this. Okay. So in case of TRP and in case of audiolingualism you will hear or listen the sound. But TRP you have to hear the sound, or you have to hear a command and you have to do it with your physical activities. And why it has happened? Actually, James Arthur proposed this method, observing the children language acquisition. What do the children do in their early ages? They especially follow the command of their parents. They especially follow the command of their elders. And observing this, James Arthur commented this theory, that is the total physical response. And for all. Okay. So there is the criticism, that is, these are the criticism against total physical response. So we will go over there. So total physical response is a method of teaching language or vocabulary concept by using physical movements to react to the verbal input. Verbal input, that means what the teacher will ask to do. That is the verbal input. So here input comes from the command. That means touch your head. Okay. Look at your friend. Okay. Say hi to your friend. Okay. That activities, and that will be the verbal input. And by doing physical movement, that input will be accepted by the right hemisphere of your brain and next time produced. The process mimics the way that infants learn their first language. The similar way that if a child can learn language following this such kind of command, then why not in case of learning L2? Okay. So this process, that means TRP, is a similar method of teaching language learning. That means the process mimics the way that infants learn their first language, and it reduces students' inhibitions and lower stage. If I ask you that yes, you speak with me, okay, brush the table, clean up the table, okay, come here, go there, okay. So if we pronounce this sentence with me, Many of you might say that, oh, sir said go, it's not go, yeah? Go there. No, I am not ready. In such a way, you might have some problem, or in your you might be less confident that yes, my pronunciation might not be quite similar to my teacher. But if I say that come here, you will not pronounce this. You will come, go there, you will go there. Okay, take your pen, then you will pick up the pen from your bag. Take your exercise book. Okay, take your bottle away from your reading table. Okay, so what you will do, that means you will pick the bottle and put it in somewhere else. James Abdus says, by learning language in such a way, not by pronouncing the way teacher is pronouncing, that is less stressful. And for this reason, language learning with the TRP, that means total physical response, will be quite similar to the language learning that happens for the infants. Okay? So, TRP is a language learning method where commands are executed by physical movements, and through the physical movements you will be learning the language, and for this reason you will be less stressful, and whenever you will be learning something with less stressful state, the language learning will be proper or effective. That is suggested by the psychologist James Abdus. Okay, so here there is an example, as you see, that is a great example of group singing with total physical response in the grade school classic. That is, naturally, whenever such kinds of rhymes are taught in schools, that is, they will be touching the body parts. The head, shoulder, knees and toes. Head, shoulder, knees and toes. So this is the example that we have done at the initial stage. And in such a way you can learn language. That is called total physical response. Okay, so when TRP will be applied in the classroom, there are some physical response will be there. A teacher is required to provide a model. That means what I did at the very initial stage of a child. That means touch your nose, touch your head, okay, put your table, take your pen. Okay? And the model has three vital features. Grasping the spoken language must come prior to speaking. Spoken language. That means you have to catch the words delivered by the teachers. Comprehension is developed through the body movement. Comprehension. So if I say that yes, get your bottle out of your reading table, or would you please move a little bit? If I say that whether you have understood my word or not, that will be dependent on your physical movement. If I say, man, would you please move a little bit? Okay. So you might not understand. Okay. So if your physical movement is quite okay, then it is observed, and if that will be understood, that you have understood the language command, and you have got the message of the teacher, that is what is asked to do. And the period of listening period helps a learner to be ready to speak. So first time the learner will listen, and next time they will execute the command. So if they can understand well, if they can listen well, they will execute the command. And in such a way, the language learning will be done in case of total physical. Okay, there are three steps of TRP method. That is, TRP storytelling is broadly divided into three steps. One step, establish meaning And in this step, the students are introduced to a new vocabulary phrases. So what did I do? I used some common words. But in such a storytelling methods, that means what is done in the story, you have to perform that. Okay. And step 2 is spoken class story. And then step 3, reading. Okay. These are the methods are followed in TRP. So whether it will be useful, that is TRP is quite okay or not. Okay. And TRP helps students to learn the vocabulary, and also the yes. How many times I have to hear, may I come in, sir, may I come in, sir, up to 4:45, is it? Yeah. With TRP, teachers can demonstrate the word through speech and movement. Okay. So what did I say? That means I said that touch your nose, touch your head. So I will pronounce the word, at the same time I will move my hand. Okay, putting the microphone from the table, put the microphone out of the table. Okay, so through the movements you have to do. It's also critical to have the students repeat it many times. And because repetition is the key to learning and understanding. So here, in case of in case of other methods, GTM or the other methods, drill is important. TRP, drill and repetition is also very important. But another important thing, especially in TRP, that is the physical action. So when you will be doing something with your physical movement, that will be less stressful. And doing it repeatedly, you will understand the language. So this theory, that means the TRP, that means total physical response, will be linked to psychology and also language learning. And repetition will be there. Okay. And there are 3 hypotheses done by James Asher, that means the professor of psychology, that he said that language is learned primarily by listening. Hypothesis, that means every theory will be grounded with some idea. And that idea is called hypothesis. And that hypothesis will be tested with some experiment that we have done. That means many experiments have been done by many scholars. So first of all, James Asher thought that what we observed that language learning primarily happens from the cause of listening. That was his first hypothesis. That means he observed the language learning of the children. And observing this, he imagined that language learning is primarily done from listening. Okay? Language learning must engage the right hemisphere of the brain. That we have seen in the picture we have seen earlier. That means we have 2 parts of our human brain. Though we are not doctors, we have seen the picture. Okay, so language will be accepted, and especially language will be accepted by a part of the human brain. Noam Chomsky has said that it would be the lat. Noam Chomsky didn't say that where does lat exist? Brain যে ল্যাটটা যে আছে এটা কোথায় আছে? Noam Chomsky এটা বলেন না. But James Asher said that of course language will be produced with the help of our right hemisphere. That means if we divide the human brain from through your nose, there will be the right hemisphere and there will be the right hemisphere. So the second hypothesis done by James Asher, that language learning will be the result or will be the result of the engagement of the right hemisphere of our brain. And next one, that is not written. That means right hemisphere of brain will be more effective if you done by physical activities. And the language learning should not involve any stress. I said that, yeah. So what is the difference between audiolingualism and TRP? The first question he asked by this. That means audiolingualism, you will listen and then you will try to produce that word, sound. But here, you will listen first, but next time you have to do this with the help of your physical movement. Why it happens so? Because when you will be following the command and when you will be executing a command with your physical movement, that will make you less stressful. First thing, language learning is exclusively done with the help of listening. Second thing is that you have to engage the right hemisphere of your brain. And the third thing is that if you do or if you follow the command, then you will be less stressful. If anybody becomes stressful, language learning will not be occurred. Keeping these three hypotheses, James Asher commented TRP, that means total physical response.
TPR.
Yeah, TPR, thank you. And first page of TPR, that is the silent page. You will be silent. Here the job, your students, is to listen, understand what the command is, and respond accordingly. So first time you have to listen carefully what is the command. What you are asked to do, আপনাকে কি করতে বলা হচ্ছে. So you have to listen first, that means silent prayer. And what the command is and respond accordingly. No pressure are placed on properly enunciating vocabulary. No pressure will be done. Okay, so you will do what you were asked to do. And through that, by doing such kind of activities, you will be the master of making that command. What you were commanded to do previously, same command you will do. Okay? Because next time I will say that ask your friend to touch your hand. Okay? Then he will say, may I know your name? Ashik Muhammad Rafi. Ashik, would you please tell your friend to touch your hand? So,
Please touch my hand.
Touch your hand. Touch his hand, not your hand. Okay, so in the same way you will be executed. Okay, so no pressure will be then. Okay, so first time I said that touch your head, but I will say Ashik, ask your friend to touch his head. So you will say touch your head. Yeah. So in such a way they will be engaged. So no pressure will be there. So three conditions will be there. Listening will be done, and that is that you have to engage the right hemisphere of your brain. And third one, language learning should be less stressful. Keeping these three hypotheses, our professor of psychology, James Asher, prescribed a method that is total physical response. In short, in acronyms, it is called TR. I thought that whether you are listening to me or not. Okay, so there are some teachers' role over there. Okay, so teachers' role. Teachers will play active and direct role in the TRP. And the instructor is the director of the stage play in which the students are the actors. So director will say how you have to play, how you have to act. That we have seen at the very first stage over here. Okay? Here was the teacher's role. Teacher will be doing something. In the same way, the students are following the teacher's command. So teacher will be the director of the drama, and the students will be the actor and actress as well of the drama. So that is the TRP, that is teacher's role. Okay, and it is the teacher who decides what to teach. Okay, what to teach, observing. So one question came from our students, so whether it will be appropriate for the kids or the playgroup or the standard 1-2 students. Okay. Now, in TRP, what would be the method? What would be the teaching method, what would be the commands that will be decided by the teacher. If TRP is followed, if you follow, whenever you will be recruited as a teacher, if you are a teacher of class 10 class, then you can't simply say that touch your head or touch your nose because they know this. You have to prepare the materials in such a way that are unknown to the students of class 10. And there are some, most probably you have seen the videos, isn't it? The videos I have said, the video links. You can have the YouTube. Yeah, actually, if you get time, we will try to watch that. Though it is, the internet is, my mobile internet is 3G, whether it will be able or not. So, the teacher will decide which are the commands that will be followed to teach the students. If you teach in class 1, then you will simply get the commands. You will prepare the commands. Okay? But you will direct. And if you teach in class 12, then you will decide. Okay? Then you can use some complex word. Okay? So, if you are hungry, go to your friend's, go close to your friend's house, and you will find a piece of cake over here. Get it out and grab it. Then what your teacher, what the students will do? Then the students will go to the friend's bag, close it, open it, and get the cake and little cake. And grab it. So the way you will command, you will make the command, that will be dependent on. And in kids, especially in kindergarten or some other classes, is simply you can do that. Yeah, wipe your, take a tissue from your bag and clean the table. Okay. So the same thing that boys or girls will learn. Okay. And then whenever he or she will go to the home, then he or she can ask his younger brother, oh, get a tissue from the tissue corner and wipe the table quickly, please. Okay. That means he did it in the classroom, and then he has learned through the physical activities. So teacher will be the director as well, and teacher will be decided what will be the commands. And what models and present the new materials, and who selects supporting materials for the classroom use. Okay. And there are some other issues. A student can remain silent. Moving the body helps language retention. Retention, that means if we pronounce the body, that means if you pronounce a sentence, you have to memorize this. But if you follow the command with your physical movement, that language will be preserved by your brain. And next time it will be produced. Okay? So, moving the body, and through moving the body or through doing something, the language will be preserved in your brain, and next time through repetition, that will be produced by the left hemisphere of your brain. Imperatives are used to direct students. Imperative, not, okay. Imperative, you know, command, request, order, okay. Such kind of verb will be. Observing and performing actions are both observing. Okay, suppose a big class. Okay, others will be doing something and others will be observing. So the way some 3 or 4 students may do the physical activities and others may observe the thing the students are doing. So observing and attending to that physical activities both are important in TPR. Okay, so and these are the purpose of TRP. That is, TPR is to create a brain link between speech and action. As we have said earlier, that it's linked to the psychology. That means how does human brain work, especially in case of producing language. So if you involve your body to do something, then that language learning will be less stressful and your mind will be involved through the process of understanding the language. So speech and action to boost language and vocabulary learning. Okay. So we have seen that TPR is a language learning method. Here 3 things are important and 3 hypotheses done by James Asher, professor of psychology. He said that language learning exclusively occurs for the cause of listening, and next time, that means language learning will be engaged through the engagement of the right hemisphere of our brain, and next time physical action will make language learning less stressful. So through the physical movement, if you learn a language, that type of language is called TRP, and that would be helpful for every student. It might be helpful for the student of class 1, and in the same way, this might also be helpful for the student of class 12. In this regard, teacher will make the materials and teacher will prepare the materials in which command he will be applying in the classroom, and in which command and how many students will be involved in that physical action. Because the students, some students will be involved in the physical activities and some students will observe the situation. So involving in the action, that also helps, and in the same way observing also helps them to learn a language, and that is called total physical response, TPR. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have any question, then you can